For any Xbox or PlayStation codes or cheap games on any platform, use the referral link in the description. It'll take you to g2a.com. Use the promo code CHES over there and you'll get yourself 3% cash back. For all No Identity merchandise, hats, hoodies and t-shirts, follow the link in the description down below to the No Identity Fan Fibre website. Hey guys, welcome to episode number 25 of the Chelsea career mode here on FIFA 18. I'm very much hoping for some payback today against Crystal Palace, the side that beat us in the league earlier on this season, the side that knocked me out of the FA Cup earlier on this season, both games by a 0-0. So, payback I think is in order today. We're 2 points off top. Bournemouth and West Brom still filling the rest of the Champions League spots, with Manchester City and Liverpool there in 5th and 6th respectively. We played City yesterday, of course. We follow Crystal Palace up with a game against Tottenham at the weekend, and then again against West Ham, who are set just behind those other two, in 7th on the 7th. So it's going to be an interesting one. I'm going to play a rotation side against Palace, so I'm stronger against Tottenham. So it will then be a probably a mixture side against West Ham. Actually, no, I'll probably do a mixture side here. Palace and Tottenham I'll do mixture sides. Then play a full rotation side for West Ham so that I can play my full strength first 11 for the game against Dortmund in the Champions League. So we'll have to wait and see how it goes. We're currently missing Felipe Coutinho for a couple of games as he picked up an injury on international duty. Didn't want to use Moses there. I wanted to use Pedro, but never mind. Pedro will go in at cam, and we'll take Coutinho out there and put, Kylian Hazard in on the bench. So we're not necessarily at full strength right now, missing Coutinho, one of my best players this season, but we still, hopefully, should be strong enough to pick up the points we need to keep the pressure on Manchester United. Drop the video a like if you enjoy, subscribe to the channel too to make sure you don't miss out on more of this or the Dortmund series, and we'll head into that game against Palace. No surprise, Crystal Palace playing 5-4-1 again. Capino made a number of great saves against me the last time we played them, and to be fair, the first time we played them as well. So far this season, 2 single-goal defeats to Crystal Palace. Let's overturn that, shall we? Nice interception from Bakayoko. Pedro with the option, and I'll hit it early. Good block by Scott Dan. There's just so many Crystal Palace shirts back there that it's quite difficult to break them down, as is always the case whenever we play against Palace. It's normally Mamadou Sakho that's in the way. This time it's been Scott Dan, and unfortunately, despite the fact that we did get past the defender that time around, the keeper was on hand to make a comfortable save. First chance of the game comes and goes after 14 minutes, but we remain goalless. Trevor with a throw. Forward there to Wilf. Nice little 1-2 with Benteke. Home to draw Zuma out of position. It's a good cross. Bakayoko looked to head that home. That was actually the striker that got to that. Benteke will turn back to Zaha. Courtois with a save again, and this time Rudiger does clear. I am struggling again defensively against Crystal Palace. Oh, Moses' first touch lets him down, although it wasn't really the sort of thing that you try and take a precise first touch from. Benteke back there to Sabitzer, playing very well again. Palace solid defensively and tricky offensively. Nice spin in behind by Turvey there, then good footwork to try and work some more space. Cross does come in, but David Luiz will clear it. Under a little bit of pressure here from Palace. Sabitzer into Benteke, go for the 1-2, trying to just stay with him here with N'Golo. That's a good cross. Please get there, Aspi. He hasn't, or did he? No, he did. He headed that past the post for a corner. Okay, Cherry to take, 23 minutes. This is a real spell of pressure here for Crystal Palace. I desperately need to get this away. We've gotten it half away, but only as far as Wilfried Zaha. Pedro in a track with him, in there to Chervy. That's a good cross. Keeper will punch up rather than away, but thankfully it drops to a teammate. In there to Kante forward. That was meant for Pedro, but never mind. We'll find Pedro at the second attempt. Here's Victor Moses. Chance for a counter-attack. Unfortunately, it's Van Aanholt. Just as I decided to make the push past him with a sprint speed, I realised it was actually Van Aanholt, and I'm probably not going to be able to do that. But Meaty doesn't care about who's on his shoulder. Scott Dan has been marshalling him very well so far, but we have ourselves a 1-0 lead here at home against Crystal Palace. He takes that one early on the outside of his right foot, and it trickles into the far bottom corner. I needed that. I very much needed that to relieve the pressure on my own goal. Even just being in their half at the minute was relieving the pressure on my own goal. Pedro pokes it to him. He just hits it early. The defender and the goalkeeper don't expect it, and we're in front. Pedro. It's poor. It's really poor. Benteke could make us pay for that. Just trying to show him onto his left. Oh my God, an early shot. I think Courtois got something on that. I'll have a look at a quick replay. Is that a great save from Thibaut Courtois? I think it might well be. That was a remarkably hit shot there from Chervy. And I'll just drop down into this angle here and we'll see if Thibaut actually got something on that. Oh, I don't think he did actually at second glance. Did he? Yes, he got something on it, but I think it was already travelling wide of the post, but still. Hell of a save at full stretch, as Martin Tyler just said. And they will go in at half-time, 1-0 in front. Victor Moses into Azpilicueta. Pedro's there. Now, there are so many defenders here. I just need to make sure I play the right pass at the right time, which might be this one. Mitzi, I took the shot early last time. We'll delay a little bit now, but Mitzi Batshuayi fires this 2-0 in front just a few minutes into the second half. His and our second, 7 minutes into this second period. I just had to wait to make sure I played the pass at the right time. Good turn, actually. Very good turn. He does love an outside the boot shot as well, Mitzi Batshuayi. Nice finish, though. We're 2-0 up. Finally, actually getting one over on Crystal Palace. Kennedy down the line to Mitzi, who's on a hat-trick, but might look for an assist here if I can find Pedro and then hit it early. Oh, good save by Capino. Pull it back with Moses, but only find Van Aanholt, unfortunately. Oh, and Benteke's done brilliantly to bring that down and get it away from a couple of defenders. Palace might get themselves something on the counter here. I was about to dive in with Alonso there. I'm very glad I didn't, otherwise I might have seen myself get a red card. Here's Benteke. Early cross. Bakayoko will just nod that home. Oh, that wasn't as comfortable for Courtois as I hoped it would be. Not the most accurate of nods back to his keeper there from Timu Bakayoko, but never mind. Corner to come in from Chervi. We have ourselves a 2-0 lead, and things are going well so far in this game, which I haven't been able to say in a game against Crystal Palace ever on FIFA 18. And I haven't been able to say for a while in this series either. We've, of course, drawn a number of games in a row now in the Premier League. This is a very, very, at least at this point, providing I don't fuck it up, a very, very welcome... Oh, jeeps. Oh, is that a foul? No? Okay. A very, very welcome 3 points. Well, there is still half an hour for something to change. Benteke with a switch across here to Joel Ward. Brings it down brilliantly. Oh, James McCarthy actually gets away from David Luiz there. That's an unorthodox turn, but it's worked. David Luiz with a great interception. Pedro will turn here. Look out wide for Kennedy, and we'll look to burst in behind. Force myself onto Kennedy's left, but turns well, but there's just too many defenders back here, and Joel Ward defends brilliantly. Not long to go now, just 18 minutes or so. The longer I can keep Palace out, the more likely I am of getting this victory. But, as we know, Crystal Palace have goals in them, and they very nearly got one there. If it weren't for Thibaut Courtois' good close-range save. Chervi with the cross, and Moses trying to get there. Saka knocks that down to James McArthur. Back out to Chervi. It's the middle, and Kante hooks away. Michi actually going to get to this first by the looks of things, and beats James Tompkins to it. Turn back. I've got Pedro here in support. I'll look for him, but it's not Mamadou Sakho, it's Wilfred Zaha back there in a defensive position to deny Pedro. Never mind, 13 minutes to go, still 2-0. Pedro, go to Bakayoko, and out to Victor Moses. Cut back. Nicely done. Pedro, good footwork. Nicely there into Kante. I'll go to Michi first. Wait for Kennedy, wait for Kennedy, wait for Kennedy. Play it. Kennedy's in. This could be a third here. Yes, nicely tucked away. Chelsea 3, Crystal Palace 0. We will most certainly be getting all 3 points here in this one. Now, depending on what Manchester United do on this match day weekend, we may well go top of the table with this. We're only 2 points behind Man United. I don't know who they have, or if they're even playing midweek like we are now. We've got Tottenham on Sunday as well, upcoming. So, victory here is going to be very important because that game against Tottenham could quite easily end in defeat, or at least a draw. But I'm hoping that we can obviously just get a win here. Well, we will get the win here, but I'm hoping we can build on it and continue to get a victory against Tottenham as well. We'll have to wait and see. Here's Wilfred Zaha trying to claw something back for Crystal Palace. Ball over the top to Joel Ward. First time cross, maybe? No, second time cross, but that'll be comfortably Courtois. Goodbye, forward there to Zaha. Here's Sakho, pushing defenders forward now. A real need for them to go to all-out attack because they're not going to get themselves back into the game. Although I guess goal difference could be important for them towards the end of the season. I'm not sure where in the league they are, Crystal Palace. Here's Mamadou Sakho, as we mentioned, forward, but that's the sort of finish you expect from a centre-back in that situation. But corner to come in now on that far side. I mean, goal difference could be important for me, so it's just as important that I don't concede as it is perhaps for Palace to actually score. Now, they've got one defender back here, and I'm going to play this out wide to Moses. Unfortunately, he's running out of stamina here, Victor Moses, so I'm going to have to turn, then look to play in Pedro, who will beat Van Aanholt to it, trying to power his way through, but can't. Ball cleared, and there's the final whistle. It's a 3-0 victory against Crystal Palace. Very, very pleased with that, especially considering our history with Crystal Palace this season. So, something to build on, something to push for. Wow, 7 shots, 7 on target. I'm not at 100% shot accuracy for a very long time either. Manchester United, unfortunately, win by 1-0 against Liverpool. So, with 7 games to go in the Premier League season, we are 2 points off Man United. Up next, Tottenham. Tottenham mirroring my 4-2-3-1 formation. Eric Lamela, Ericsson and Heung-min Son sat behind Harry Kane up top. Amos and Winks in the holding midfield spots though, so not the strongest of central midfield areas. So I'm hoping to try and take advantage of that in this one. We'll have to wait and see what happens. Hazard to Morata. Back to Kylian Hazard. Into Isco. We'll use the right back first. Zappacosta. Danny Rose will... I was hoping he was going to close me down. He didn't. But there actually is a great ball on towards the back post here. Morata just misjudged the flight of it. He was on his own. And if he'd have made contact there, Hugo Lloris would have been in real trouble. Amos challenging for that. Willian trying to knock that back. But unfortunately, Amos wins the header. And he stayed down there, Willian. That's not good news. But Hazard got this in here. Oh, Morata just not paying attention again. Here's Ericsson. Oh, what a through ball to Eric Lamela. The shot blocked by Christensen. What a threaded ball that was. Superb. And Christian Eriksen. Corner to come in from Eric Lamela. Willian has picked up an injury, but he's all right to continue. Challenging for that header. Getting up from that challenge as well. Slightly nervous he was going to stay down again, but thankfully he's okay. Oh, nicely out wide to Eric Lamela. Isco on the cover and does very well there against Lamela to stop them from getting an opportunity. Real close tie so far. No clear-cut opportunities for either team to take the lead. Both sides just kind of feeling each other out in the opening stages. That's a good ball through there to Kylian Hazard though. If I can get this back to perhaps his brother on the far post. Hazard Eden. And Morata with the header. Oh, Lloris almost falls into that. That was a good opportunity. Perhaps I should have pulled that back with Morata there to N'Golo Kante. But that's the best chance we've had so far. Eden Hazard getting on the end of the cross. And then almost leading to Morata scoring a goal. Kylian Hazard. Oh, it was simple for Hugo, wasn't it? Much easier for him this time around. Half an hour in, 0-0. Morata to Kylian Hazard. Oh, the defender mistimes it.
Well, they've all gone to the defender to say well done, but I think the guy who had the chance really should have scored. Well, he had the chance.
How's he missed the target there? Eric Dyer fully committed to the challenge and missed the ball. Kylian Hazard fully committed to the finish and missed the goal. Christian Eriksen trying to help Muslim. Oh, it's a great cross. I need Zappacosta to get there, and he did. Corner for Tottenham. Lamela was challenging at the back post. He'll now take the corner himself. And it comes. Willian underneath it again. Oh! The keeper got a hand to that, but the power on the header from Jan Vertonghen was far too much for Courtois to be able to deal with. We're 1-0 down. From the corner. He got a big hand to that, Thibaut. But he didn't get any sort of direction on it. Should be a good angle for it for the replay. Oh, no. It looked in real time as if he got a hand on it. Have a look from the replay. Lifting towards that top corner. No, he didn't get anything on it. Must have just been my eyesight going. What a header from Jan Vertonghen. Spurs 1, Chelsea 0. Ref, that's clearly a push in the back. Kurt Zuma in possession. Harry Kane pushes him in the small of the back. Zuma stumbles. Harry Kane runs off with the ball. No foul given. Squares it across. Ericsson 2-0 Tottenham. How is that not a foul? Fuck my life. Hazard. To Hazard. To Morata. Oh, what a ball from Eden Hazard. Alvaro Morata in behind. I'm actually going to turn. Oh, I was trying to turn inside there and accidentally shot. I didn't want to actually shoot that situation. I wanted to turn inside the defender. It was a very well struck shot in the end. Can I squeeze that through there to Kylian? I can. Get it to Morata. He's turned well. I can't get the secondary shot off Jan Vertonghen with a good block. Right. That's a positive start to the second half. Oh dear, that's not the best of tackles from Isco. It's a positive start to the second half, and I'm going to need to continue that in this second 45 if we're to get anything from this game, which I'm pretty sure I need to. Oh, don't tell me they're going to go at the other end and score a third. No, Courtois with a stop. Oh my lord. Christian Eriksen off the post. We will get it away. God, the gap to Man United is currently 6 points before the start of this game because they've now played a game extra as this has been played on the Sunday. So if things stay as they are, I will remain 6 points off top spot with only 6 games to go, which obviously is not good at all with regards to my title hopes. Kante to Isco. Here's Kylian Hazard. Morata. Kylian's gone again. We get it to his brother. Tinkered over the top. Yes, we can. And Eden. Oh. I had to take that early because Lloris would have come to me if I'd have taken a touch. But I couldn't find the bottom corner. Dele Alli coming on for Christian Eriksen as Spurs make a change. I might make one of my own. Aurier into Dele Alli. That's Serge Aurier again down the line into Heung-min Son to Dele Alli. This is good football from Tottenham. Makes that turn from Deli. There it is. He's gone for the 1-2. Good block by Andreas Christensen. Tottenham been too good for me in this one. I just have to hold my hands up and say that they've been too good for me. Musa Sissoko has come off the bench, will immediately take the corner here. And Harry Kane, oh, it's deflected. Wow, Zappacosta just gets rid. Anywhere will do in that situation. You don't want it dropping to a Tottenham man. There is still time for a comeback here, but I am going to need to score my first of those 2 goals to come back sooner rather than later if I want to get myself anything out of this game. We'll smack this forward. Terrible pass from Andreas Christensen. Kim Son could really cause me some more problems now. Down the right-hand side, cross could come in. He's got a half-decent right foot. And there's Musa Sissoko batted away. And Christensen again. Anywhere will do in that situation. Musa Sissoko's first touch there was just superb. Kim Son with the turn and the shot and the finish and the goal and the shit and the fuck my life and the Tottenham 3 and the Chelsea 0. And the title is looking less and less likely as the seconds go by. Let's go racing forward. I will give it to Eden and look to immediately turn inside, lay that in front of Isco again, and we could be in for one back. What a terrible shot. What a terrible shot. Straight down the throat of Hugo Lloris. That sums me up in this game. I just haven't been able to do anything, and I don't really know why. We were so good in the last game, and in this one, I've got absolutely nothing. Isco with a shot deflected, and it'll be out for a corner, but definitely going to lose here. And it's quite a humbling defeat as well. I've just quite simply been outplayed by Tottenham Hotspur. They were in 10th before the start of this game. I can't believe I've lost this game in this manner as well. I'm so annoyed at myself. There's the final whistle. A humbling, disappointing, frustrating and annoying defeat here against Tottenham Hotspur. I had enough chances to get something from the game. I just wasn't good enough. Quite simply was not good enough. Into the third game of the episode. From one London derby to the next, it's now West Ham that arrive at Stamford Bridge. Again, a 4-2-3-1 with Lanzini sat behind Javier Hernandez, Andre Ayew, and Marco Arnautovic out wide for West Ham. Decent side, but I'm desperate to get payback or just to pay the fans back for actually turning up to the next game and not boycotting it after that horrible performance against Tottenham. It's a great ball into Chicharito, who's turned well. As P on his shoulder, well held by Courtois. First chance for West Ham comes and goes, but thankfully it was simple enough for the goalkeeper. Not the best of defending from me again, it has to be said. Hoping that Coutinho, now he's back from injury, can start to link up with Alvaro Morata again, and we can start to get on the score sheet a little bit more regularly than we have done. Well, Coutinho tackles, squeeze that back to Morata, get the shot off. Oh! Outside of the post, that far away from a 1-0 lead. Really good hit. He hit it right at the very outside of his boot, which meant it's kind of sheared away towards the right hand side. If he'd have got a cleaner contact on it, that would have been a 1-0 lead for us. Let's go into Kante. Here's Coutinho. It's a good turn. I got Morata there. He's making to make a run inside. I hit it early. It's deflected and wide. It'll be a corner. We get ourselves a lead from this. Hazard with the whip. David Luiz could be underneath it. It's going to drop here to N'Golo Kante. Not quite dropped to him quick enough. David Luiz has stayed down there holding his shoulder. Isco looking to get away from Andre Ayew here. Nice turn and pull back. Kante's got a man on his shoulder and Lanzini will take it off him. Top goal scorer in the league so far this season, Manuel Lanzini, but getting involved defensively there. David Luiz able to be back in the action now as Sheku Kouyaté comes away. I'm not really going to outmuscle him with Pedro, am I? So I'll try and switch to a different defender. But the cross comes in. We'll nod that back to the keeper and we'll stay at 0-0 for now. Corner for West Ham right at the end of the first half. Marco Arnautovic to whip it in, and whip it he does. Kante heads away, but only as far. He's given a penalty. He's given a penalty. The game doesn't want me to challenge for the Premier League title. I've headed that. How is that a penalty? Oh, kill me now, please. Just put an end to it. Chicharito to step up to take the penalty. It's the most ludicrous penalty decision I've seen for a while. He's going to go left. I'm 1-0 down. Oh, Andreas Christensen with a powerful header there. Brilliant leap on him. Isco into Coutinho, quickly to Morata. Good turn. I'm going to have to go back to a teammate here. And Coutinho could look to bend this. That took a deflection. Did it? It did. Corner. Looking for an equaliser at the very beginning of the half. I'm not going to reach anyone there. Kouyaté heads that away. Kante, we're back to Coutinho. Quickly to Morata. Hazard making the run. Eden Hazard is around the outside of the defender, and we will turn back and look for Morata in the middle, who can't give us an equaliser. And it's cleared away by Winston Reid as the man underneath the ball in the middle, I think it was Coutinho, who stayed down hurt, couldn't get there. Kante with the tackle. Referee thought about blowing his whistle there for a foul, but didn't. I can't get the ball back into a dangerous area. Coutinho still on the floor. No, he's back up now. He's back in the game. That's good news. Go back to Morata. And I could even look for Coutinho here, and we'll find him. Take your first touch. Felipe Coutinho. Oh, Joe Hart with a save. I can't score against Tottenham or West Ham today. It just won't go in. Coutinho across there to Pedro. Driving forward into the space. Morata. I need Coutinho to make me a run, and he isn't really. He's there now. That's actually Pedro that it falls to. And he puts it wide. I can't do it. Everything I try in this game fails. So forward there to Aspi, but picked off. Hazard, Moses, Morata, Hazard again, Kante, forward into Morata, poke that around the corner there to Kylian Hazard, slot that through for Victor Moses, who's in behind Victor. Oh, come on, please. What have I got to do to score a goal? That chance is so bad. I'm losing my mind here. As the Premier League title gets further and further away from me, I become more and more agitated, and I just am losing my mind, my will to live. I cannot get a goal to equalise here against West Ham to save my life. After being destroyed by Tottenham, I've actually probably dominated West Ham here, and I cannot seem to get myself an equaliser. Oh, Cresswell in the way and cleared out. Kante gets there first. Moses' touch is poor, but he will bring it down in the end. We'll give that there to Kante and cut back inside. We're through that gap over there to Eden Hazard. Marcus Alonso will look for Morata, who turns, but not well enough. 2 minutes added on here, and there's the final whistle. I think that might be the title gone. I think that might be the title gone. You cannot underestimate how devastated I am right now. Losing to Tottenham and then losing to West Ham. After doing so well in the first game as well. I thought we'd turned a corner. But evidently we have not turned a corner. Oh, my life. What does the league table look like? Put me out my misery. Well, it's Champions League next against Dortmund, as if things don't get any easier. Real Madrid have got Tottenham, Man United have got Besiktas, and Liverpool have got Bayern. So some huge ties in the quarterfinals of the Champions League. What does the Premier League look like eventually when it change slates? The FA Cup and Community Shield, which we won, and the Premier League, we are still 5 points behind with 5 games to go, but Man United have a game in hand, so they can go 8 points clear with 15 left available. It's not looking good for me. It's also not looking good for Newcastle or Brighton down the bottom. Swansea level on points with Crystal Palace with a game in hand. They'll have to hope that that game in hand isn't against Manchester United. I hope Man United are playing Manchester City, to be honest. But time will tell. We will find out in tomorrow's episode. But for now, thank you very much for watching, guys. Drop the video a like if you enjoy. Subscribe to the channel too to make sure you don't miss out on any further content. We are still in the hunt for a trophy. Whether that is the Champions League or the Premier League, we will find out. But for now, I'll see you next time.